Guys, I'm back. Today is December 23rd, 2017. Welcome to my channel, Alien Society. Before I begin, I want to say thank you for those who subscribe to my channel. You can just come in and check it out. If you like it, it's fine. If not, that's fine too. It means a lot, obviously, if you guys want to subscribe to my channel. Couple things I want to talk about. I'm sure you already know because I gave you a brief update earlier. I think this week, earlier within the week, I gave you guys an update about the Department of Defense coming out and showing these videos. And then they went to say that those pretty much is like unidentified. So they were actually investigating still crafts that they cannot identify for like 5 years, I think it was, for $22 million. I guess a little budget. But you see, I have something that's interesting. Maybe many of you already know about it. But the fact that the Department of Defense comes out and says something like that, you guys have to understand that this is not a new thing. Because the fact that they've been investigating supposedly unidentified flying objects started way back in 1947. Project Sign, okay? So basically, this is not something that they just started today in 2017. It's only like giving us bits and pieces of facts, like trying to tell us that they just started looking into it 5 years ago. You see, when the true reality is that they never really stopped looking. So, anyone can draw their own conclusions. I'm not a big into the conspiracy thing, but I do believe that, there are certain things that are kept from us for security purposes. And that's why our governments basically hold back certain things, because I guess they feel that we're not ready when it comes to things of this nature. So like I said, these projects, it started with Project Sign 1947. Supposedly it was short-lived and it existed only till 1949. And then the one that took over from there was Project Grudge. You see, basically, again, these were basically doing the same thing, which is to investigate these unidentified flying objects. Okay? Now, we can't say, oh, well, they're from outside of this planetary, universe here. Because, again, we, the civilians in the world, the ones that are, wherever you are in the world, we're civilians, right? And so our governments don't share with us every single thing. So, also, obviously, you guys know about Project Blue Book. Okay? So, again, this is just an update, but just to try to let you guys know if you haven't heard it already by others. But me personally, in this channel here, you heard it here because this is where I will tell you that this is not new. So, just because they just gave us that little crumb by saying, oh, well, we've been spending $22 million, on looking for these unidentified objects that we cannot explain their tactics, their movements and stuff. And then they go on top of it to call it Advanced Aerial Space Threat Identification Program. You see what I mean? It's all the same name, guys. The same is basically the same thing, only different names. Whether they call it Advanced Aerial Space Threat Identification Program, whether they call it Project Blue Book, whether they call it Project Grudge, whether they call it Project Sign, it's all the same. To investigate these so-called objects that they cannot identify. Now, many of us are not, we know what's happening, okay? You can either assume that, we are being visited constantly, and they decided to give us these bits and pieces of crumbs because something major is coming. So before all that happens, they want to bring us into it so we know what's happening. Or not, right? So it doesn't basically matter. You can draw your own conclusions. Now, something about this guy. His name is Neil deGrasse Tyson. Yeah, Neil deGrasse Tyson, right? I'm sure you guys know who he is. Big, I think, scientific guy there. The thing I don't understand is I always hear him make jokes about life in the universe. Like, if you guys see, you guys know what I'm talking about. If you've seen him in interviews, you can clearly see that he's making a joke off of this. But he knows deep down inside that we're all right. And when I say that we're all right, I'm talking about the fact that we're not alone in the universe, and he knows that. But of course, he has to play the role of a scientist and, joke around and say, ha ha ha, shame on you. Oh, when an alien comes, you can call me on my phone and I'll meet you there. We can all gather together and sing. And he makes fun of it. But again, I know deep inside that he knows the truth. He's just not going to tell us that, right? So these are the things that I've been looking at, because I know for days these people have been showing it in their channels, and I just figured I put my personal opinion about the whole situation. And that's why I had to tell you guys what I feel is going on. Now, for these dudes, the people that talking about that there's a so-called plot, okay, to bring forth this alien threat that somebody's going to say, that way that they can implement a certain law in the world, I don't necessarily believe that 100%, because if that was the case, that an advanced race wanted to bring harm to us, well, we're all not that dumb, right, guys? We know that it would already happen if that's the case. Right? So, for anyone to be like, oh, well, these advanced aerial threats. No, all our governments of the world been competing with each other when it comes to these next technology. Who has the best next thing? Okay? So this is the continued competition with each other. Who's going to get to the moon first? Remember that? Who's going to get here first? Who's going to go there first? It's all about competition. Who's going to have the best weapons in the world? Who's going to have the best tanks? The best military? Who's going to have the best submarines? You guys get the point. You guys get the point. So, just imagine if you was in their shoes and you got your hands on technology that no one on this planet are aware of. Do you think that you're going to show your competitors that you have that? Of course not. Because if you show the competitors, then now everyone's going to want a piece of that pie, see? So, I don't know. Again, I don't know what to make of this. You guys can decide for yourselves whether you believe that this is a opening set for some sort of disclosure, like I've been saying, and other channels have been saying, obviously, because, we all believe that something's coming and to be disclosed soon to us. Obviously, something big is happening, right? So, all I can say is draw your own conclusions, guys. Draw your own conclusions on that. You'll continue to see me do these videos. Like I said, I'm not going to end there. I'm going to continue doing what I do. If anyone liked the video, like it if you like, hate it if you hate it. I'm not mad at anyone. I just ask for the equal respect. A quick thing I want to say about people who take other videos and put them up as their own. I personally think that that's wrong. If anyone see my videos, you'll see that those are my videos that I created, okay? And it's kind of sad that you will have other people re-uploading my videos. There's a guy out there, once again, I have to let you guys know, he uploaded my videos, okay? So I had to basically mention it to YouTube because he not only have 10 that I just asked YouTube to remove from his channel, he has basically all of my videos. And I won't be surprised if he puts this one after I finish this one. You know, I think that's wrong that people will go as far as to do something like that just to gain views. Now, you guys know me. This is not about views. This is not about subscribers. Although, I mean, if that's what you guys like, for me, this is a platform to bring, realistic stuff to the table. That's what I do here. I'm not going to give you guys a false story. I'm not going to, make something up and say, oh, well, this is this, and so you guys can believe that. No. I'm going to give you my honest opinion of whatever I feel doesn't seem right. Just with this subject and other subjects that I brought to you guys. Okay? So once again, I say, thank you for those of you who are new. I would say that thank you for the subscribing, and I subscribe to all who subscribe, obviously. I have nothing against anyone. My thing is, I want disclosure like everyone else. Okay? I really do. But, if we're going to keep playing this cat and mouse game with the government, it's just, I don't know, guys. It's not up to us. Or maybe it is up to us, right? Because we are the voice. All right? So, who knows, right? Sometimes I'm like stuck with words. And some people misunderstand things that I say. But I try not to go so deep into things because, for that reason, some people may misunderstand the things that I'm saying. I don't say things to disrespect anyone. But I do say things that deal with reality. My reality is the same as many of you that are out there, and that is, I do believe that we're not alone in this universe. And for me or anyone out there to believe that nothing is out there but just us, then something clearly is wrong with them. Okay? And if you believe in whatever God you believe in, I say, come on, why would a God just create this planet and us in it? And that's it. There have to be more life out there. But, when people talk about microbial life, that's kind of sad too, because I don't like hearing about that. Because why don't you just tell us what it is, the truth, and tell us, yes, there is a possibility of life in other planets like us. Instead of just throwing that little bone and saying, oh yeah, it's just microbial life, that's all that's there. How do you know that? We don't know 100%. Just because the telescopes that we have today can go further and further and look further and further out there, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it captures life in these planets. Okay? So again, man, I mean, it's up to you guys to believe whatever the news is throwing out there when it comes to this UFO thing. Unidentified flying object. Whether it's really, a spaceship or is from Earth, flying saucer. Now, yeah, they did put one of the pilots, as you guys already know, he was already doing interviews. I find that kind of suspicious a little bit. Okay, his name was what? David Fravor. And he was one of the guys who was in those F-18 following that vehicle that couldn't be identified. Now, if you guys saw Luis Elizondo, he also made interviews with different news media and saying that he said unidentified vehicles. If you guys heard him correctly, because that's what he said. He didn't say like spaceships from afar. He just said unidentified vehicles, which of course could mean flying saucers from here, Earth. But then that would mean, how is it possible that he would not know about, certain technologies that we have been working on since the 1940s? So, I mean, I don't know. You guys decide for yourselves. I apologize if I'm not making any sense. But I am just as confused as many of you out there when it comes to this. Because I'm like, wait a minute. Why are they throwing this little piece of crumb out there when this is something that they've been doing since the 1940s, okay? Looking into supposedly UFOs, unidentified flying objects. For us, it would be unidentified because we don't know what it is. But for them, they know what it is. Okay? It could be Earth-based spaceship, flying saucer, I mean. Or maybe not. It all depends because, the pilot did say that it was moving in ways that, us here are not familiar with. And I did hear Luis Elizondo, he did say something about it's not something that is in the inventory of anyone, whether it be us or someone on this planet. That's what he said. So he basically gave a hint. Okay? He did say vehicle, but at the same time, he also said that it was something, a vehicle, not of anyone's inventory. So he's basically telling us it's something not from planet Earth. But, once again, guys, you decide. So I'm going to close this video here. I hope you guys have a good holiday. Happy Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. I will be back to put more videos on this channel. Thank you. This is Alien Society. For those of you who don't know, if you're new, thank you for the subscription. I subscribe back. And I'm basically here to just speak my mind and, to share with you guys out there. And as always, if you like my video, hit the like button. If you always want to be updated with all the videos I upload, all you have to do is hit the notification button there. And I guess that will help you know the next time that I go put up a video. If you dislike my video, it's fine. I always say to those out there that, give me your comment, whether it be negative, because you're helping me understand what is it that I said that you didn't agree with. Because I'm not here to disrespect anyone on anything. I'm just voicing my opinion. Just as everyone on this planet is entitled to their opinions. That's all I do. And use this platform to bring my opinion over to those who are willing to listen. So with this, I close, guys. I thank you. Once again, keep seeking out there, guys. Keep searching because it's out there. The truth is out there. Just like the X-Files. They always said that truth is out there. It really is. So I'm going to close here, guys. And like I said, happy holidays, guys. Until next time. Peace.